So the raid was another tactic used. It had quite a different objective than the going over the top, which was trying to break out and get a whole heap of territory. The raid was mainly a limited objective, which was to go out, wipe out a certain section of the trench. So you wouldn't go out and try and hold the trench necessarily. The idea was to go over, kill a whole bunch of guys and come back. Break up the communication lines, maybe cut the cables that sent back messages back and forth, or sabotage a part of the trench. That idea. Much limited objectives, but much more dangerous. So the raid didn't happen during the day, it happened during the night. Just let this blackness kind of denote nighttime when it's quite dark. The concept was quite simple. During nighttime, you and your fellow soldiers would throw something over the barbed wire, creep out, and very, very quietly make it to the other trench, and without warning, try and throw something over that barbed wire as well, or find an area that is relatively kind of lean, and try and cut through it, a little hole in it, and then you would jump in and cause havoc. Pretty simple idea, and then depending on how many men and the raid itself, you would either as quickly as possible go back, or maybe hold it for long enough for your objective to be reached, so maybe cutting communication lines, or setting up some booby traps or something like that, and then you would hightail it back to your trench. The Australian soldiers were actually very, very good at this, and it got to a point where the Germans especially were very, very unhappy about being situated across from Australians, because they never felt like rest, because the Australians were often making raids at night because they just felt like it was boring. So they would take risks, great risks, and often be very successful in their night raids.